Hi, I'm Connor Mile, and I recently done a fitness test on my client Cameron Filmer. His age being 16, his blood pressure being 116 over 67, his height being 1.81 meters, his resting heart rate being 63 beats per minute, his weight being 76.2 kg, and his BMI being 23.3. So we done tests over each component of fitness: flexibility, speed, agility, power, muscular endurance, and body comp. Starting off with flexibility, we done the sit and reach test. We done this test 3 times to collect an average to compare to the national average. His first score being 13 centimeters, sorry. Second being 15. His last being 16. When looking at the national average, he got above average. However, if he wants to be competing at that elite level tier, um, he needs to be getting excellent results, maybe even results higher than his age group. So to improve on this, I would suggest static stretches, half an hour every day, static and dynamic. This will improve his overall flexibility. It's important to have flexibility as an athlete. When you look at players like goalkeepers, if they didn't have the flexibility that they did, they wouldn't be able to reach the shots that go into the far corners. So yeah, so you'll have to have much better flexibility. The second test we done was for speed. We done the 30-meter sprint. His first score being 4.81 seconds. His second score being 4.99, and his last being 4.90. His best one being 4.81. He actually got poor on this comparing to the national average. However, we did conduct the tests inside in a sports hall, so there's much less grip on the floor. So this needs to be taken into consideration when comparing his scores to the national average. So if I'd done this again with the same client, I would take the test outside, maybe on the grass with football boots on or something like that. This will improve his overall grip as the studs will dig into the grass. However, to improve this, I would suggest weighted sled pulls or pushes. Sorry, this is just to build more overall power in his legs to make it easier for him to run quicker. Then we've done agility. We've done the arrowhead run for this. Agility is a big one for every athlete, no matter what sport you play. You could be a tennis player, a basketball player, or a football player. You need to be good at turning quickly. But on his first score, on his first one, he done 10.8 seconds on his right, then 10.8 on his left. Then he got 9.65 on his right and 9.87 on his left. 9.66 on his right on his third go, and 9.42 on his left. His best scores being 9.65 on his right and 9.42 on his left. This actually got into the excellent tier when compared to the national average. However, like I said before, if he wants to be competing at the top level, he needs to be getting scores maybe even better than his age group. So to improve on his agility, I would suggest agility ladders. A lot of athletes use these, especially NFL, American football players. Again, you need to be able to turn quickly no matter what sport you play. So agility is a big one. And then we've done power. For this we've done vertical jump. On his first go he got 58 centimetres. On his second 55, and on his third and final go 59. His best score being 59 centimetres. This was above average, but like I said before, he needs to be getting really good scores to be able to compete in that high level. So to improve this, he needs a lot more power in his legs. I would suggest things like deadlifts, squats, and stuff like that. Again, you could even use weighted sled pushes. When looking at athletes that need a lot of power, football players, when jumping for a header, they don't really use the vertical jump as much. They usually use momentum when running to jump, but still, And basketball players, when using the tip-off, they need a high vertical jump. Then we've done muscular endurance. For this, we've done a 1 minute push-up test. We only done this test once because fatigue would play into part, and he got 30 push-ups in a minute, which is average when comparing to the national. To improve on this, he needs a lot more strength in his pectoral muscles. So things like the 5 rep max and things like bench press, that would be a big one. This would break muscle fibres in his chest and make his pecs bigger, and be able to last longer. Then we've done the body composition. We've done this on 4 body parts: the bicep, the tricep, the subscapulae, and the superiliac. On the bicep, he got 4 centimeters, not 4 centimeters, 4% body fat. On his tricep, 12. On his subscapular, 7, and his superiliac, 7 again. This was actually an athlete tier, which is really good for his age. I think the one thing for this would be maintaining it, sticking to a healthy diet, and being consistent with eating low fat foods, cutting out all the sugary stuff and all of that, and sticking to like high protein, not high carbohydrates, but sticking to the healthy diets that athletes would eat. There's not a lot I can improve in that because it is a really good score for his age. However, my main thing would be keeping consistent with that. Thank you for listening.